What's poppin'? Welcome back to the Tubecast. It's Mr. Mill West. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. I really appreciate it from everybody. The channel's slowly growing, you know what I'm saying? And listen, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Whether it grow fast or slow, it don't matter. And I'm gonna work hard regardless, you know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate everybody sliding through this. That's all I can say, man, straight up. Now, let's get the topic at hand. Boxing gaming. Boxing is my second favorite sport. I was gonna box, but I'm like, you know what? In real life, I was gonna box, but I'm like, man, I just don't want long-term issues. That's the reason why I didn't. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the fear. My fear is the long-term issues. You know what I'm saying? That's my fear. You know what I mean? As far as boxing, long-term issues, and then the corruption in boxing. Let's be honest, it is a corrupt sport. Like those two things is what kind of deterred me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I still wanted to. I had a burning desire to do it. It's just, I'm like, man, the corruption, and then mainly the long-term after effects. It's very rare you see a boxer lead a game with all his faculties on some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you all about, exciting fights. You know what I'm saying? Me, I do like the tactician. So, to be honest, if I was to be honest, my fights probably wouldn't have been enjoyable because I'd have been on some defense first stuff. I ain't gonna lie. Folks would have been sleeping my fights. If I would have did anything in boxing, people would have been falling asleep, man. Because I love guys like Floyd, Shakur Stevenson, guys like that. And I enjoy Shakur Stevenson's style. I do. I know a lot of people don't like his style. I enjoy Shakur Stevenson's style. Defense first. I love defense. I just like seeing defensive fighters, man. I like watching that. I like to see. I just like elusive defensive fighters, man. So I know that's not the casual fans' cup of tea because they want to see somebody get their head knocked off. I do get that, and I understand, but it's not good for the fighter. If I had a gym and I was training fighters, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? I'd probably have stable the most boring fighters in the world, but defense first and accurate punches. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all about sharpness and accuracy with defense. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would preach, and that's the type of trainers I would want. You know what I mean? To train to fight all that. I probably have a stable of born fighters, but they'd be highly skilled and hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. But let's get to the topic at hand. Can 2K compete in the boxing realm as far as gaming? I believe so. If they get the right developers behind it, because if you know Don King Boxing, right? On the I've never played the Wii version. I never played the DS version. I know there's one on DS. Never played those versions. I have the 360 version. There were some good things about that game. The gameplay was just not up to par with what the game had to offer. The story was dope. You had a pretty decent roster. It wasn't no big names in there like that. You had Andre Berto and stuff like that, but the roster, you didn't have no like names to flash at you, but it was real boxers. The story was definitely dope, underrated. Everything was there for you. It's just that gameplay, man. So that's the issue there. But they had the infrastructure down, though. They had everything there. You know what I'm saying? As far as Don King, and that was published by 2K Sports. I don't think anybody from 2K developed that. I think they just published it. So they would have to have some official cats do the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the gameplay wise. Everything else, I'm not worried about 2K as far as making a dope story. If they have a story mode, dope career mode, they're great at that, especially with 2K. You could NBA 2K. You could probably say the reason why the stories or the my NBA and my GM and all that stuff is so good and polished because that's what they got to focus on, because that's their flagship sports game. And there's no football, you know what I mean? So they could spend a lot of their time with that. So you could probably say that. But with boxing, I think they can definitely compete in that space because if you go on YouTube, man, I don't know what the deal is with the flip-flopping when it comes to Undisputed. Flip-flopping. First, when this game coming out? I need it. And then it come out, and everybody complain about it. The game is not bad. It's just not. It's not arcadey. It's not arcadey. Is it perfect? No, but the game is not arcadey. And I feel like the people wanted an arcade style. I really feel like the people wanted an arcade style boxing game. I really feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna act like Fight Night. Fight Night is super simp. Fight Night is official though. Fight Night Champion is one of the greatest boxing games, if not the greatest boxing game of all time. We're not playing these games. You can like other games, but you gotta put the real out there. Fight Night Champion look dope to this day. Have a dope story mode. Dope game. I mean, the game is fire. Right? So you can like Undisputed and not defecate on Fight Night Champion. You can like Fight Night Champion and not defecate on Undisputed. I mean, I don't understand. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But Fight Night is fire. Undisputed is fire. They're two different games. They're two different games. Two different style of games. You have to approach the games differently. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, Undisputed, I've been following that game since they was called Esports Boxing Club, right? I've been following that game for years. And they came a long way from what that game was originally looking like. So I don't understand all of the hatred it gets. It was literally an indie developer, you know what I'm saying? So, for them to get all the boxers they got in there, for the game to look the way it looked, I mean, the game is dope, man. I have no problems with the game. It's not perfect. No game is perfect. You can find flaws in all games, man. You can find flaws in all games, you know what I'm saying? But it's not perfect, but it's definitely a very solid boxing game, man. And I hope they make another one, you know what I'm saying? I hope they're here to stay. I hope what the people is doing online don't deter them. I hope they stick around, you know what I'm saying? Because they do got something dope here, you know what I mean? They do, seriously. But a Titan like 2K, there's no Madden. I mean, there's no football. We know that. So, and I don't know from the reports with what's going on with EA. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But I'm sick of hoping and wishing that NFL 2K come out. I've lost hope when it comes to that. As far as like an NFL 2K sim coming out, I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. But in boxing, they can compete, dog. Think about it. I'm gonna give you the recipe right now. Let me give you the recipe. First things first. Get Floyd Mayweather on that cover. Put Floyd Mayweather in the game. You can have, like how you have Kobe moments and all that stuff and Jordan moments, have a Mayweather mode. You put Floyd Mayweather in that game, you have that game, you got to sweeten the pot for Floyd. You know what I'm saying? All that VC people done bought, you know what I'm saying? And all they can get Floyd. You put Floyd on that cover. You know what I'm saying? You probably have a Legends, you probably have a collector's edition, but the great Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying? His people is not funny style with his likeness. They be allowing people to use it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm quite sure you can get a Legends mode, or a Legends edition, wherever, with Muhammad Ali and all that. You know what I'm saying? 2K is solidified. They can get great boxers in their game. You know what I'm saying? You get Floyd Mayweather on that cover. Okay? You get Floyd Mayweather as the cover athlete. Have the game, have a Floyd Mayweather, legendary moments, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you pay that man nice. You know what I'm saying? Man, I think he'll do it. Because the reason why he said he wasn't in Fight Night no more, because he said they wasn't paying like that or something like that. I seen him on a live stream saying it. I think it was a live stream or an interview or something. I don't know, but it was something like that. So, I think that you put Floyd on that cover, that's going to be a seller right there. I think that'll hit like how Jordan was on the cover of 2K11, right? And I'm telling you, you feature guys like Tank Davis, Broner. You obviously see with boxing, you can hit the legendary rosters, but get the new dudes. You know what I'm saying? You got to get them too. So you get Broner in there, you get Tank Davis in there, you get Shakur Stevenson in there. You understand what I'm saying? Benavidez, you know what I mean? You get all the dope dudes in there. I mean, you got to do some negotiations and all that because, boxing is a little different from like the UFC. But man, 2K was able to get all the current dudes with the legends. You know they're gonna have DLC, you know what I'm saying? But with the legends, current guys, I'm talking about all the George Foreman's, all them legends, all Mike Tyson, all. Now I don't know when Mike Tyson, because you know EA, I don't know if he like, because he be in UFC and all that. But do what you can to get Mike, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua and all them. Man, listen, 2K can really do something. You make sure you get all the top arenas that, you know, the Madison Square, Cowboy Stadium, you know what I'm saying? You got Turkey Al-Shir now. He doing his thing. So you make sure you have some stuff. Man, listen, man. 2K really can, hey, they really could compete if they really wanted to. Get the right development team behind that and make sure you get the correct boxing in there, mocap and all that. Man, listen, man. Signature styles, dope story mode. Man, y'all can't tell me you seen 2K Sports. I don't know what they'd call it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they'd call it. I don't know what they'd call it. 2K Sports World Championship Boxing the Sun. You know what I mean? With Floyd Mayweather on the cover. And the perfect cover will be this one. I'm going to tell you what the cover will be. What should be the cover. Look at that Juan Man Marquez. I can't pronounce that dude's name. Marquez fight. When Floyd, when Marquez swung at him, he dodged back, punched him, and ducked. If you flash that cover with the straight right, when he hit him with that straight right, perfect cover. Perfect cover. Know what I'm saying? Perfect cover. You know what I mean? Or you can take clips from the Canelo Alvarez fight. You know what I'm saying? You can find all type of, you know, there's so many dope covers you can have for Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Because whether you like Floyd or not, he has a beautiful fighting style. His style is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. It's poetry and motion to watch. It's kind of like how when you look at Kyrie play basketball, it's poetry and motion. You look at Floyd Mayweather box, man, it's poetry and motion. It's amazing. Everything is crisp and on point from the offense to the defense. Floyd is great. He's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you had that game centered around Floyd Mayweather, because that's the only way you're going to be to get this dude to be in the game. Let's be honest. That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? You got to really sweeten the deal for him. We got a mode for you. We got an exclusive mode for you. Or you know, we got legendary moments. Even let him pick the moments. You know what I'm saying? Let him pick the moments. You know what I'm saying? Coming up from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money May, even have him fighting, you know, the Olympics and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff you can put into that game. You know, and think about it. If you 2K, you know, talk to Turkey Al-Shir, man. He all in the boxing. So even if you need some more investment, Turkey Al-Shir, man. You come on, son. Come on, fam. Like, dog. 2K could do something. They could do something big with boxing. Since, you know, it seems like everybody clamoring for it. Everybody complaining about Undisputed, and I still feel like Undisputed, they have one of the best rosters. They're missing some people, but they have a nice roster. They have something dope in place. This is their first game, from my understanding. Their first boxing game. You know what I'm saying? This is their first one. And for this to be their first one is dope. It's dope. Man, listen. 2K could definitely get in the space. You know, soundtracks in boxing. You can go all type of places with this. Hey, listen, I'm here. I can compose that soundtrack. You know what I mean? Man, whew, man, listen. I have so many, I don't want to, listen. 2K can compete in boxing. And I think they have the potential to make the best boxing game of all time. They brand is strong enough, whether people, NBA 2K, whatever. They brand is strong enough to represent boxing. You put Floyd on that cover, you know what I'm saying? A Floyd mode, or even have a Legends mode, period, right? Nice story mode. All the current stars. Everybody got their signature styles. You understand what I'm saying? You got online tournaments, okay? All that good stuff. You already know it's going to have top-notch presentation. Let's get to the announcers. You get, bring Max Kellerman in. Get Teddy Atlas. Okay, I would say those two guys. Those two guys, just because from my understanding, they're not tied to no network. I know. I don't know if Max Kellerman still is under that no compete thing with ESPN. I don't know because we haven't seen him since. So that has to be something that's some contractual type stuff, I think. But you get Teddy Atlas, Max Kellerman, them two great basketball minds going back and forth as the announcing team. Come on, son. Get the official referees. Get Tony Weeks. I know people don't like Tony Weeks, but get a guy like him. I forgot my man's name. He's a referee in Undisputed, but I'm quite sure, he can be in that too. You get a multitude of different referees. Oh my God, that game will listen. 2K really could do something. They really could do something in boxing. They really could do something, but the key is the gameplay and the roster. That's the key. I'm not worried about the graphics. 2K gonna do their thing with graphics, right? Not worried about that. But making sure, you got the dope roster and the gameplay. The gameplay has to be on point. You understand? But I think 2K really can't compete in the boxing field. You know what I'm saying? Since there's no football, it seems like they won't do football. They won't put an all pro out there. I think if they hop in that square circle with it. Could you imagine a boxing game looking like WWE 2K24 or even 25? Could you imagine if it looked like, I know that's not the same developers. Could you imagine a boxing game look that cold? You know what I'm saying? Come on, son. Like, stop playing, man. Like, if they could do wrestling, they could do boxing. The wrestling games is good. I mean, but I think boxing to be more, I would like boxing more. Even though I'm a wrestling fan. Well, I was a wrestling fan back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But not so much now. I still get the games to play them. I'm still going to get 2K25, day one and all that. You know what I'm saying? Play it for the channel and all that. But, look, man, I feel like they can compete. They definitely can compete, and I think they can make some noise in the square circle. And guess what? I keep hearing about, Fight Night is allegedly in development. I've been hearing that for like 3 years now, man. I don't know how true that is. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, that'll make EA come back outside with Fight Night quicker. Oh, 2K come out with boxing, EA coming back outside. Oh yeah, they gonna come back outside quickly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they gonna push UFC to the side. Like, hold on. They didn't care. No, we ain't doing that. They gonna be right back there. So I mean, if 2K could possibly bring back Fight Night, okay? So there's a lot of things that can happen if 2K step in that square circle. All right, that could wake up Fight Night. Everybody want it. You know what I'm saying? So you might get a Fight Night champion 2 up out of that. Oh, 2K Sports World Championship boxing, Floyd on the cover and all that with all these cool features. Everybody talking about they got one of the best boxing games of all time. EA like, hold on, man. Wait a minute, man. Hold on, we can't do that. Hold on. Hey, let's get you know what I mean? Like, they go, man, let's have that new story mode. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and that's gonna wake them up. That's gonna wake them up. And then boxing will be back as far as in the gaming world, because I commend Undisputed's efforts. I commend it. But I think what works against them is the fact they're indie developer. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have big marketing dollars behind them. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a big company behind them pushing the game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the problem. You know what I mean? Because I guarantee you people, I'm going to tell you this. If you threw EA Sports on Undisputed, people wouldn't be talking crazy about Undisputed like this. You know what I'm saying? If you threw 2K Sports on there, folks will be talking crazy about it like this. You know what I'm saying? Guaranteed. Especially if you named it Fight Night, you know what I mean? Whatever the case, but as far as Undisputed, if you change that name to Fight Night, people will be like, oh, this game actually is realistic. This game is fire. Because it says Fight Night. The name, the name means something. The brand means something. And who's backing you means something. And the cosigns mean something. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many people co-signing Undisputed yet for people to put gas on it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know what I mean? Because if you sit there and play Undisputed it's not a bad back to boxing game at all, man. It's not. It's just got some things wrong, but it's not. It's all games. It's all games, man. So yes, I feel like 2K can compete in the boxing space. I definitely feel like they can compete, and I think that'll wake up fight night. Think about it. If 2K came out, right? 2K World Championship Boxing, Mayweather. EA like, hold up. Now they got to come out with Fight Night Champion 2 or Fight Night Round 5, right? Then here we go, Undisputed 2. That's 3 boxing games. Quality boxing games. Okay? That's fire right there. You know what I'm saying? So you might even get a Punch-Out coming back for the Switch 2, man. You might get a Punch-Out coming back for the Switch 2. You might get a reboot. That'll bring boxing back as far as gaming. So yeah, 2K, come on. Go ahead and come on outside. Step in that square circle, man. Straight up, man. You know what I mean? And that's gonna wake up the gaming world when it comes to boxing, and that's gonna put boxing back on the map in the gaming world. I'm telling you, straight up. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Really appreciate it from everybody. Peace.